Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to make your sourdough starter stay active for a year on the shelf. It will work just like instant yeast. You won't have to feed it or maintain it, and it'll be ready to use as soon as you put it in your dough. This is a game changer for sourdough makers. Turn this into this. We're making instant sourdough starter. Isn't that a trip? Sounds like an oxymoron, but it isn't. Let's see how we do it. Alright guys, today I'm going to show you something that is absolutely amazing and just a total game changer in the realm of sourdough baking. This is freeze-dried sourdough starter. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to bulk it up to get a big batch all at once, to freeze dry it and to store it and to reactivate it to bake your bread. You are literally turning your sourdough starter into an instant starter that works the same as instant yeast does. You're gonna put this in your dough and it's gonna come alive just like you're at the peak of activity. If you freeze it at peak activity, it's gonna come back at peak activity and it's gonna stay there on the shelf untended to for up to a year. It will still be usable for over a year, but it will maintain peak microbial activity for a year. After that, you're gonna start to lose potency. But just use it to reactivate and make some more and put it back in there. This is so easy to do that if you have access to a freeze dryer or know someone who does, it's worth it. Even if you don't have one but know someone who does, just go over for the day or bring them some of your sourdough starter and ask them to freeze dry it for you. You can put enough up on the shelf to last you a very long time and give them back some of the starter for payment. But this is amazing, so easy. You're gonna want to do this, believe me. To start the process, you're gonna want to get your sourdough starter up to peak activity. Then you're going to add 4 cups of flour for every 1 cup of sourdough starter. If you add any more than this 4-to-1 ratio, you run the risk of the sourdough starter not being strong enough to colonize the new flour before mold and harmful bacteria set in. Once you add your flour, add water accordingly to get it back to that thick pancake batter consistency. Give this new larger batch 12 to 24 hours to feed and grow and become a strong, active, healthy starter. Once that sourdough starter has risen and fallen, you're going to repeat the process again, adding as much flour as you need to get the desired amount for your freeze dryer run. Then allow it to sit another 12 to 24 hours or until you see that it is bubbly and active and strong. Once this big batch is fully active, go ahead and move it to your freeze dryer trays. Remember that keeping this batch of sourdough starter a little bit on the thick side will save space in your trays and reduce drying time. Alright, we want to make sure that we don't cook the microbes, so we need to go to settings and we need to lower the drying temperature to, I'm gonna put it, oh I went up, sorry, wrong way. I'm gonna put it at 95. But theoretically, anything below 110 will keep it alive. Anything over will kill it. I'm gonna put it at 95 since that's bread proofing temperature, so that's optimal for their thriving. And we're gonna save and start. And I'm loading straight in because I don't have room in my freezer at the moment to pre-freeze. So we're going for a full cycle. Alright, we're back. Even though you have to set the temperature down, this actually dries really quickly. That was a quick freeze dryer run, and you're going to end up with something that looks kind of like sheetrock. That's all broken up. Now, I would put this into smaller jars as opposed to one large jar because you don't want to have to keep reopening the same jar because you risk introducing moisture every time. You could just break this into tiny pieces and put it in your jar. That would be fine. But I'm gonna blend it for just a few seconds to make it a powder because I think that's gonna make it a lot easier to measure, and I'm going to explain to you how to use this in just a moment. But first, let's go ahead and powder it up.
Blending your freeze-dried starter down to a powder will reduce its bulk dramatically, allowing for easier storage, but it will also allow for much easier measurements when you're adding it back into the recipes. Once you've blended it back into a powder, you can pour it directly from your blender spout very easily into your jars. Remember to shake the jars down periodically as you pour to cause the flour to settle, which will allow for more room. The average sourdough starter consists of approximately 50% flour and 50% water. Most sourdough recipes call for 1 cup of sourdough starter. Therefore, because the water has been removed, you would use 50% of the measurement. Therefore, if the recipe calls for 1 cup of sourdough starter, you would use a half a cup of the instant dried sourdough starter and mix it into a half a cup of water and let that rehydrate, bringing you back up to 1 cup of sourdough starter. Using a slightly warm water will also help to reanimate and reactivate the cultures present in your starter. However, this dry mix really shines in that it makes it very easy to turn any bread or dough recipe into a sourdough recipe. Simply replace 1/2 cup of the flour in any bread or dough recipe with the dry instant sourdough starter, and then continue the recipe as stated.
So this recipe calls for 4.5 cups of flour. So instead, what I'll be doing is using 4 cups of flour and a half cup of the dry sourdough starter. So now whether you're using a regular recipe or you're using a sourdough recipe, you're gonna want to start as though this was a yeast. You wanna start by rehydrating it. So if this was a sourdough recipe, you would start by putting your half a cup of water and your half a cup of dry starter to give you your whole cup of sourdough starter. But since we're using just a regular bread recipe, we're gonna start with all of the liquid that the recipe calls for, warmed up, not too hot. Of course, we know we want it to be 110 degrees or less. And we're gonna put our sweetener. This recipe calls for sugar. I rarely ever use sugar, so I'm gonna put in some honey. This is gonna give your microbes a little extra to feed on, to get really alive and awake when they rehydrate. And then we're gonna take our starter and replace our half a cup of flour from the recipe with our dry starter. The same way you would do if you were proofing instant yeast. We basically made instant sourdough starter. How amazing is that? Is that not a game changer? And how easy is it to share with friends now? So we're gonna put all that in, mix it in real good, give it about 10 minutes to proof, and really in this case to rehydrate and reactivate. And then we'll come back and add our dry ingredients and make our bread as usual and see how well it works. All right, just to show you that this is really more about hydration than proofing, but giving a little stir, you can see bubbles starting to come up, that there is some activity happening. And don't be impatient. Remember, sourdough takes about twice as long as yeast to do anything. So we're gonna go ahead and add our dry ingredients, make our bread, see what happens. Here's another quick little tip. I don't cover mine with saran wrap anymore. I cover it with a shower cap. And then I use a straw to blow some air in it to make sure that it's not gonna get stuck on the top when it rises. All right, we're good in the warmer. I'm gonna show you before I take it out, just in case I pop it, scarring it. It's been known to happen. All right, guys, so here we go. It's not the most beautiful loaf. I did kind of plop it kind of hard and it lost a little bit of rise on it, and my scarring looks like a toddler did it, but regardless, it rose. It worked. See, I dropped it on this side, so it's a little bit unsymmetrical flat. Oh, it's still hot. Oops, sorry. But I'm happy with it. I mean, literally, we turned sourdough starter into pretty much the same process as instant baker's yeast. This is instant sourdough starter. How amazing is that? Is that not a game changer? For my friends that don't know how to do it or can't seem to keep it alive, I can gift this. What an amazing gift this is. We don't eat a lot of bread in our house, but when I do make it, I typically do a sourdough starter spelt. So I like to have it on hand. So this is for me gonna be just something that is perfect.